To not have diarrhea is nothing special, but to stop having diarrhea, that is heavenly, magical, sensational. And that is precisely why your gratitude practice doesn't work. Let's talk about it. The great German philosopher Fichte said that to be free is nothing, but to become free is everything. My opening statement is a more explicit and hopefully more powerful, at least for modern times, version of Fichte's statement. What do we mean by this? To be healthy feels like nothing special. To become healthy feels like the greatest blessing ever. To have a roof over your head feels like nothing. You don't even think about it. But to get a roof over your head feels like everything. It is everything. What is this pointing us towards? It is showing us that humans have a habit of and a tendency toward passive consciousness. Let me repeat it. A habit of and a tendency toward passive consciousness. This is why you think that gratitude doesn't work. Let me give you an example. When I go on my morning walk, as I do every morning, and I engage in my gratitude practice and my self-reflection practice and my personal mythology practice, if I don't focus, if I don't put in the effort of focusing, what is going to happen is that I will be passively repeating with half-assed effort or no effort at all. I will be repeating phrases that will not be penetrating my lived experience. I will be repeating how I feel grateful for having a functioning body and mind. I will be repeating how I feel grateful for the people in my life. I will be reminding myself of my personal myth and my mission in life. But if I am giving in to the tendency that I have, like every human being, tendency toward passive consciousness, these are going to be empty phrases, empty repetitions. It is not going to produce what it can produce within me. Effort is needed to put consciousness into active gear. Effort. You know the saying, put some pep into your step. Well, put some pep into your step, into your mind, into your consciousness, into your soul, into your whole being. Put some pep into it. Put some effort into it. We need tension of the mind, tension of our focusing capacity, which then produces relaxation. We talk so much about relaxation these days, at least those of us who are not into hustle and grind culture. We are going to leave those people not behind, but aside, because not many of them are watching my videos or reading my writing. If you are one of those, you are embraced, you are welcome. In any case, those of us who are acknowledging that we don't want to go through life in constant hustle and grind, we are often involved in these conversations about self-regulation, relaxation, proper rest and recovery. Tension precedes real relaxation. As I'm going on my walk, as I already described, if I don't tense my focusing capacity, it's going to be passive. It is not going to produce anything. But if I do tense my entire being towards perceiving and experiencing that I was born, I'm alive, I'm healthy, I have a functioning body and mind, I have a roof over my head, I'm able to walk, to see. If I tense my entire being to perceive and experience these facts about life, that tension is going to lead to opening of myself to the world, to life, and then relaxation. After the opening, I relax into my being. Then I can become excited, enthusiastic, filled with love while observing a tree in the park. Then I can feel genuinely grateful when watching other people walk and feeling this immense sense of joy that I can see other humans engaging in healthy activity. Tension or tensing precedes relaxation. So when you tell me gratitude doesn't work, I don't feel it, you're not supposed to just feel it. First, there is patience and repetition, for sure, but there is also focusing. This is why I have been spending years trying to point to the fact that focus or attention is not a productivity tool. That's one of the greatest sins that we can make while studying human beings and our capacity, to think that our focusing ability is a mere productivity tool. That's a sad version or view of the human being and our potentials and our capacities. Your focus, your capacity to focus, is what either creates meaning or connects you to existing meaning, whatever you prefer to believe in. I'm not going to go down that road. Let's just acknowledge that you can access meaning, whether created by you, whether perceived, through focus, but through effort of focus. So when Fichte says that to be free is nothing, but to become free is everything, you can become free right now, and right now, and right now, and right now. You don't need to be enslaved and then get yourself free and experience the heavenly sensation of freedom. You can focus on your human freedom right now. You can focus on your health right now. You can focus on your capacities. You can focus on the fact that life is an adventure. You can focus on the fact that life is full of possibilities. You can focus on the fact that you have a roof over your head. You can focus on the fact that you have this incredible capacity to think, to reflect on the past, extract value from the past, and aim at the future. Construct the future and move towards it. You can focus on that. But as I'm trying to demonstrate, you have to tense the focusing capacity. It is not enough to make that half-assed effort and say the affirmation, repeat the gratitude phrase, and just try to continue with your day, thinking that you should be rewarded for taking 5 seconds to repeat or write down a phrase. It's better than nothing. It's better than nothing. But you are selling yourself short. You are selling your capacity short. Because those 5 seconds, 10 seconds can also be used for effortful focus. You don't always have to meditate or journal or do gratitude for 30 minutes. Is it useful sometimes to invest more time so that you can train your capacities? Of course. But I challenge you, maybe now pause this video, don't even wait for the end of the video, pause this video now. And for 10 seconds, try to tense your mind on the fact that you're alive and right here, right now, you can change the momentum of your existence. You can abandon a certain unhelpful story. You can adopt the attitude of courage and engage in that project, express yourself, send that message, publish that poem. Focus on that, but focus strongly, effortfully for 10 seconds. You can pause the video now, but I will continue speaking. Tendency towards or habit of passive consciousness is something that all of us share. So do not shame yourself, don't judge yourself, do not criticize yourself. Acknowledge that it's a challenge that all of us have to address. Throughout the history of literature, you have those characters who are a great representation of passive consciousness. A great representation of the fact that if they just opened the doors of perception, they would have seen that their life is infinitely more rich than than they are imagining at that moment, or throughout the whole book, throughout the whole story. So we have a history of literature speaking of this unfortunate tendency and habit. What we need, we have thinkers who were trying to point us to the fact that we have this capacity. I am trying to stand on the shoulders of those giants, like Colin Wilson, like William James, like Abraham Maslow, like Mihai Csikszentmihalyi. And I'm trying to bring you on the journey with me and say, let us put some pep into our step, into our mind, into our consciousness, into our heart, into our soul, into our chest, into our belly, into our entire being. Let us not just process life like a puzzle to be solved. Let us not just deal with routines and spreadsheets and calendars and time blocking. Let us deal with going outside for a walk, whether it's sunny or cloudy, and tensing on the fact that we are alive, that we have a chance to shift the momentum of our existence at any point in time. That we have a chance to create our lives, to create ourselves, to create narratives that push us forward and upward. What I invite you to do after this video is over, whether you're going to go outside or sit at your home, take 10 seconds, 30 seconds, maybe 1 minute to focus intensely on a domain of your life that's already there, but is being taken for granted. Because even the concept of taking something for granted is itself being taken for granted. Because it's such a throwaway phrase. Oh, we shouldn't take this for granted. No. When you're using that phrase, it's often in a way that shows you are taking that for granted. So don't take anything for granted. Don't take your life for granted. Don't take your capacities for granted. Focus. Put effort into your perception so that you can put consciousness into active gear. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being with me here. Thank you for joining me on this journey that might seem obscure, maybe even a bit crazy to some people. But you and I know it's useful, it's important, it's necessary. I would say it's one of the highest urgencies of our time. As always, stay strong, love life, never feel sorry for yourself. Put consciousness into active gear. Light that raging fire in your heart and always go beyond.